Hello guys, welcome to FID by Omar, and this is tutorial 104, and today we're gonna be talking about, or we're gonna be learning the chamfer command, explode, stretch, scale, and offset commands. All right, so make sure that you subscribe if this is your first time. Subscribe and hit that bell button so you can follow us on the other tutorials we're gonna have. And if you haven't watched the previous tutorials, please do so. It's gonna help you a lot. And let me know if you have any questions regarding whatever commands I have taught you. Now, this is tutorial lesson 104. So let's just jump into it and let's start working on it. All right. So just open your AutoCAD just to a brand new sheet. And on the previous lessons we did, we learned about the fillet command. All right. So on this one, we're gonna start with the chamfer command, and it's very similar as the fillet command, but it just makes the corners, instead of being squared or round, they are kind of on an angle. So that's why it's called a chamfer. All right. So for now, draw a line. So L, enter. Draw a horizontal line anywhere on your CAD. Then just draw another line, vertical, and just kind of leave a space in between those two lines, kind of the same way I have them right now. Okay. So go to your modify command, modify pull down main menu, and go to the one that says fillet. Right. So next to fillet, you're gonna see a little arrow, and click on that arrow, and then choose the one that says chamfer. All right. Now, since you once you activate the command, it's gonna ask you select first line. So you select the first line that you want, and then it's asking you select the second line. You select the second line. Now, as you can see, right now, it just did the same thing as the fillet if you put radius 0. So it's the same thing as fillet, but since right now automatically it sets the chamfer to 0, that's why it just gives you a sharp edge right here. But let's go ahead and do it one more time so you can see the difference. Well, okay, let's put escape, you enter for undo, and let's go to modify again. Let's go to chamfer. Now in this case, before you click whatever line you want, let's go ahead and put the distance. So I mean, let's put the yeah, let's put the distance, and we can just put a number there. Select. Hold on, hold on. You put D, enter, and then you put the number. Let's just put 2 and 2. Then you click on the line that you want, and you see how it just made a chamfered corner right there. Okay, so very easy. Let's do it again. You enter for undo. Again, you go to modify, you go to chamfer, and then you put D for distance, D, enter, and then you put whatever number you want that angle to be. So for now, let's just put 4. Enter, and then enter again, and then select the two lines, and it just made a chamfer corner on the two lines. All right, so very easy to do, and this chamfer command. Now let's do a P line. Remember how to do a P line? Very easy. PL, enter, and just draw whatever. Doesn't matter what it is. Just draw some lines like that, and then put escape, and then just remember what's a P line. A P line is all lines together. A line that is attached together, right? So it's a P line. Now let's learn the explode command. So to do the explode command, you go to modify, and then next to chamfer, you're gonna see that explode command. And what it's gonna do, this is gonna break your P line. Let's say for some reason you drew a P line and then you don't want it to be connected, then you can just use this command, and once you highlight it and click on it and then right click to enter, it already exploded the P line. So if I click on it again, it's all separate. All right, what is this command good for also? This command is gonna be useful for later on when you're gonna be inserting blocks. And what's a block? A block is like, let's say you might have like a toilet. Let's say just like a toilet, and that toilet, it's a block. So in other words, all the lines are together. So if you touch one line, you can it automatically highlights everything, and you can move the block around whatever. So for the explode, what it does, it breaks that block and makes it and gives you each line individually. So for example, I'm just gonna give you an example. Later on we'll see it, but for example, let's say you have a toilet or a block, and then you wanna kind of cross another line to it, and you want to break that block. Well, you can just use that explode command. All right, so yes, that's your explode command. Very easy to work. Let's do that one more time. Let's put U, enter for undo until you have your P line is back to normal. Let's go to modify. You put explode, you click on it and select the object, and once you selected the object, you can now right click to enter, and it just breaks the block. Very easy, right? Now let's learn the stretch command. Now you might say, hey, I already know how to stretch, because last time all you did, you highlighted the lines and you got it from a point and you just stretched it, right? So you get it from a point, you stretch it. Yes, that's a way of stretching it, but there's also a command called stretch, and is useful because you can stretch two lines together that are apart. So for example, let's draw two lines, two horizontal lines, and just kind of look, you know what, let's use our copy command, since you already know how to do that, because you already saw the other tutorial before this one. So let's draw the line and then copy, CP for copy, enter, click on it, and then just copy it. Boom. All right, and you see how I already have Every time in all the tutorials, I'm gonna tell you this because if this is the first time you jump into it, you might want to look at the other tutorials to set up your AutoCAD. But it is useful to have your polo tracking um, set up already, because like you see how it just snaps to horizontal, and you can just copy your lines straight. So if you don't know how to do this polar tracking, the polar tracking is this line that locks there on 45 and 90 and 180 and so on. So if you don't know, just check out the other tutorials and you'll learn how to do that. All right, so I already copied 3 lines, right? So in if I wanted to stretch it, and right now I'm not giving you dimensions, it's just so you can learn the basic way to use this command. So one way, like you already know, since you already saw the other tutorials, one way is just to highlight the drawing or the line that you have and just get it from one point and stretch it, right? Okay. But let's say you want to stretch all of them at the same time. Well, you can't. Like if you highlight all of them, it's not gonna work. You can only stretch one at each time, right? And let's say you want to stretch it all the same dimension. Well, it's gonna be hard if you don't know what dimension it is. Or let's say you already know the dimension, but it's still it's just longer to do it, right? So that's where this stretch command comes handy, and makes your life easier. You go here to modify, hit stretch, and then it's gonna tell you select objects. Remember, uh, by selecting objects is faster if you just do a window instead of clicking each one by one. So you make a window, highlight all of them at the same time, and once you highlight all of them, you left click and then you right click to let the command know I'm ready to stretch it. Then you click on a point wherever you want to stretch it. You can get it from anywhere, or if you want, you can get it from that point. And once again, you see how it just snaps to it. And the reason it snaps to it is because I already have my object snaps uh, on. And if you don't know how to do that, please go back to the other tutorials and you'll learn um, how to set up your object snaps. All right. So once I know where I want to get it from, it doesn't matter from where, but let's say I want to get it from here, I click on it and then I just stretch it, and you see how it stretches all together at the same time. And if and well, since right now I have it set up to go straight, it's gonna go straight. But if I can just stretch it wherever I want, and it'll stretch. So let's say I just want it like that. Well, I'm just gonna stretch it. And then of course, if you wanna have a certain dimension, you can and all that. But later on, we'll learn all of that. All right. So you see how easy it is. Let's do it one more time. Modify, stretch, and then your command is already active. You select the window, or you select the objects. I'm sorry, by a window, and then right click to say you're ready to do so, and then you get it from anywhere you want. You can even get it from over here and just stretch it up. You see, very easy command. And it works on this one too. Let's do it. Stretch, and then let's say you just want to stretch this part from here to here. So this one is very you have to know from where you want to stretch it, right? So let me put escape. Let's say you want to stretch this one and this one. You want to stretch it that way. Well, you don't want to get this line, right? Because you don't want to move this line or stretch it. So go to modify. You make sure your window, it only covers what you want to stretch, right? So enter and you stretch it. You see, very easy. Let's do it one more time so you can see how it works. And let's go ahead and stretch this line, this line, and this line. So very easy. I'm gonna do okay. You see, let me show you something here. You see how that that square, that window of stretching, it kind of or it covers everything on the back, right here on the back, like it covers the whole line. So watch what's gonna happen. This line right here, the one on top, is not gonna stretch. It's gonna move, right? Why? Because I'm stretching it from over here. Watch. Let's activate the command and stretch it. You see how it moves. The only one that stretched was this one over here. And the reason why, let's put escape, don't stretch it, let's just put escape. And the reason why is because your window was way over here. Let's do it one more time so you can see the difference. If you put the window all the way over here in the back, it's just gonna move that thing. Now if you wanna keep this point right where it is, and you just wanna kind of stretch it from here on, and this from here on, and this from here on, then make sure your stretch window is only touching that area that you want to stretch. Once again, here is not touching that. So, I mean, it's touching it. So this one's going to be a little bit complicated. I guess I need to start from over here. There you go. Then you see how I didn't get that vertex right here, or that point. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it. Right click to enter and specify where I want to stretch it. I'm just gonna poke it anywhere right there, and then it's stretch it, and you see how this point stays where it needs to stay. All right, so yeah, work with that stretch command. It's gonna help you a lot whenever you might have, let's say, and just draw a horizontal and vertical and kind of spaced out. Like all these commands, they might do the same thing. The process, the end process might be the same thing that you end up with, but you're gonna choose the one that is kind of easier and faster for you at the time you're drafting. For example, can I use the stretch command to make this line attach to this one? Yes. Let's do it. Stretch. You get it from there. You get it from that point. And since I already have my object snaps on, it's just going to snap to that. Right? Perpendicular. Perfect. Let's do U, enter. Can I use my extend command, which we learned on the past video? Yeah. EX for extend, enter, and then you click on the one on where you want to extend it. You right click to enter, and then click on the other one, and it just extends. Perfect. You see? So yeah, you can do the same things for I mean, you can have different ways to do the same thing, right? So I'm just teaching you different ways so you can, whenever you're drafting, well, you're gonna choose the fastest and the easiest way for you to do it. So you enter. All right, so let's that's your stretch command. Let's now do a scale command. Like a scale command, what's a scale command? Well, basically what it is just that you have a let's say let's just draw. Let's go to draw, and let's go to rectangle, and let's just make a rectangle anywhere, whatever size or square, it doesn't matter. Just draw it there. All right, so a scale, let's say you want this exact shape to be bigger, or like you want it to be twice as big as this size, right? Later on we're gonna put dimensions to it, but in this case it's just to show you the command. So let's say for now, let's go to modify, let's go to scale, you click on scale, and then it's asking you select the object. You select the object, And then once you already select the object, you right click to say I'm already selected all the objects, because you can do several objects at one time, right? So, and that works for mainly all the commands. Like you can, once you already have all the commands already, I mean the objects selected, then you right click to say I'm to activate the command. Then you're gonna, it's gonna ask you, you want to specify a base point from where you want it to grow. So I'm just going to click it right here in the corner. And as you can see, it's just going to scale this. You know, you can scale it just by going like that, and just it just makes it bigger, right? But let's say you want it to be uh, like double as this one. So all you need to do is put 2, enter, 2, enter, and it just made it bigger. You see how it just made it bigger? Let's put U, enter for undo, so you can see how it's just smaller. So you can see the difference. Let's do a copy. Let's put a copy right next to it so you can see that it grew. So let's go back to your scale command. You highlight the one you want to make bigger. You put the base point wherever you want it, and let's just put 2 for now, right? 2, enter, and you see how it just made it bigger, but it just it made it um, twice as big as the original drawing that you had. All right, and you can make it whatever dimension you want, but I'm just teaching you just one way of doing it. So you enter for undo. Let's do it one more time. So what's the command for scale? Is SC, enter, and on your keyboard, and you can do it from there if it's faster. So you highlight the command, the object, you click on it, and then you put a base point. It doesn't matter from where, I guess from there if you want it, and you want to make it 3 times as big. Well, you just put 3, enter, right? Easy, very easy, very useful. Now let's you enter for undo. Let's do it again. So let me show you something else. Like let's draw a line. If you have 2 blocks like this already, let's draw a line attaching both of them. All right, and then let's copy that line. Just copy it a little bit. Just move it up. Like just copy it on top like that. It doesn't matter what dimension. Just copy it on top. Now you have this shape already there, right? These 2 shapes. Let's say you wanna make this shape. You wanna scale it up. Like you don't wanna stretch it, because see what happens when you stretch it. If you stretch it from here, well, it's just gonna make it longer. You don't want to do that. If you stretch it from this corner, it's just gonna uh, stretch it from that corner, and you don't want to do that. So let's say you want to make this bigger, but you want it to fit between this one and this line, but you want it to be proportional. In other words, you just want to scale it up until this hits this line, and it's in this line. So this, you can go SC for scale, or you go to your menu command and modify command, sorry, and put scale. It doesn't matter. You highlight the object. Now once you highlight the object, you right click for enter, and then specify the point. You put it on the corner. Now you can move it around, you see, but without clicking at it, it's very hard to snap it where you want it, right? So before you click anything, now check this out. On your right here on the bottom, you're always gonna see the commands here. What's next, or what is it that can you do? You can copy, you can reference. Let's put R for reference. R, enter, and then you click on the base point again, and then you click on the top point because that's where you want it to you want to reference it from that point. And now you have control of your block, or I mean, it can, you can also scale blocks, or in this case, the shape. You have control, and you can just hit it until the line that you want it to be. You see, very easy, very useful command, because you can make shapes as big as you want it. Let's do U, enter for undo. Let's do it one more time so you see SC for shortcut of scale. You highlight it, you right click, you specify the point, and then you put R for reference, enter, and then you again you specify the base point, and then you select the point that you want to stretch it from, and then you have control over that block. Okay, scale command, that's your scale command. Very easy. U, enter for undo again. SC for scale, highlight it, right click, specify point. Let's see what happens if we put the copy one. C, enter. What happens if we put the copy one? Well, all I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna make a bigger, like another one, but you're gonna keep the one you had. You see, it's just a copy of the scale of the same shape, but you scale it to whatever size, but you keep the one you had. All right, so that's your scale command. Now let's do offsets. Now here on the offset, from after this tutorial, we're gonna start learning how to actually draw lines with a certain dimension, a certain length, a certain height, and so on. All right. So this is your first step of knowing how to or how to draw something to scale. All right. So right now, let's just erase that and just let's, or if you want to draw another square or circle, it doesn't matter. Let's just draw another rectangle somewhere there. Now let's go to offset. You go modify, you go to offset, it's right here, offset next to array, offset right there. And then it's asking you specify offset distance. Since we don't know what's the size of this or anything, which let's just put 1 for now. 1, enter. And then it's gonna tell you select the object you want to offset. Select the object, and you see how it just and then you click to the side that you want to offset it to. It just made from here to here. It made it 1 decimal 1. All right, 1 from here to here. That's offset. So offset is just copying a line, or copying something that just gonna offset it from a space. All right, let's do it one more time. The shortcut for offset is O, enter, and then let's choose 4 now, just so you can see it clearly. And then click on whatever line that you want to offset. You click on that one, and then if you move your cursor inside, it's gonna offset it inside. If you move your cursor outside, it's gonna offset it outside. So let's move it inside now. You click on it, and then you see, so now it offset it from here to here. All right, so that's how you offset. So on the next tutorial, we're gonna learn about how to actually start drawing some lines with actual dimensions. All right, guys, so thank you for joining in today, and we'll keep in touch. Comment if you need help or you didn't understand something. Let me know, so maybe I can make another video just concentrated on that, whatever you might have trouble on. All right, so thank you for joining in today, and make sure to like and subscribe.